Hello, welcome to Drumchapel St Andrew's virtual church. Thank you for checking in today. I know this is still a very surreal and a very anxious world, but I hope today that as we share our service together, there will be a sense of our closeness as well as of our distance. I am really missing all of you, and it's hard to be apart. But also, there is a sense that as a family, we are still together. And as we connect in this way, that there is a reminder that we are doing this journey together. Thank you too for checking it and for becoming part of our church family wherever you are. Because one of the things that this has done is that a whole lot of other people have become part of our wider church family as well. And so, welcome to all of you today, and thank you for being part of our service. Throughout our service today, there are links that I've posted on our Facebook page or at the bottom of our YouTube channel, and they're for the songs that we would do in the service. And so, suggestion is that if at those points of the songs, if you pause me and switch over to YouTube and follow through the songs that we're doing for our service. It's really good to welcome you today, and it's good to be with you for our service. Our theme today is Into the Unknown. So you can pause me and listen to our first song, or welcome to sing along with it. And our first song is Super Glue. This would usually be our birthday slot. So if it has been your birthday in the past week, if it's your birthday in the week to come, a really happy birthday to you, and we celebrate your birthday with you. It would also be our sharing time where we share things that are important in our lives or things that have been happening with us. I hope that you will know that those times we still share together. So if there's something you're celebrating, if there's something that's hard for you right now, if there's something that's going on you want to share, know that in our hearts we'll be sharing it with you as your church family. Have you seen Frozen 2? If you haven't seen it, put it on your list because it is so worth seeing. Elsa and Anna face another adventure with Kristoff and Olaf and Sven. Now, I'm not going to do any spoilers because it is so worth seeing the film. But a couple of things from the film that just really make you think. Elsa and Anna are looking for the Hatohalan River, which holds the answers to the past. Finding answers helps them to make the future better. Pabby in Frozen is a wise troll. Near the start of the story, he tells Elsa and Anna, when one can see no future, all one can do is the next right thing. In our life journeys, there are times, possibly right like now, that it feels pretty hard to see the future. What's coming next feels a long way away, and it feels like it's going to be different. And that can make you feel a bit powerless and a bit anxious. Times like now, maybe all you can do is the next right thing. You can always do something good that will make a difference. You can let someone know that you care. You can make someone smile, even at distance. You can let someone know that you're there and you're thinking of them. You can send a message, and you can share a dream, because part of this is remembering that there is somewhere to go, and that journey we will share as we look forward. Today in Virtual Church, we're thinking about a guy called Thomas who couldn't see the future. It was after Easter and Jesus was alive again. Thomas checked in with Jesus and he found a new dream. Maybe this is a good time to have some good dreams about the future, to think about what we're looking forward to, and to think about what we can do to make that difference in that future, to make the future better than the past was. Sometimes we have to hang on to dreams until the time's right. And then when the time's right, we let them go and watch them fly. Today, I hope we'll have those dreams. I hope we'll hold on to them for when we need them. But I hope we'll be ready to let them go and then to watch what happens when they fly. And for now, to make that happen, do the next right thing. Let's do a prayer. God, sometimes it's hard to see the future, but maybe at those times it's about doing the next right thing. Thanks that I can make a difference, even just by doing a little thing. Thanks that I can change the world by just doing that next right thing. I want to be inspired to have a dream, to hold on to it for now, but when the time's right, to let it go and to watch it soar into the sky. Amen. Time to pause me, and our next song is Into the Unknown. Pause me, listen or sing along to it. Let's do a prayer. Let's pray. God, there's 1,000 reasons I should go about my day and ignore your whispers, which I wish would go away. Sometimes I don't want to hear, because it's easier to stay where I am. But sometimes I have to hear, so I can discover who I am and who I can be. I'm finding this surreal world hard. Everything feels uncertain and anxious, and it feels like life is paused. But I'm still journeying, like in a sci-fi adventure. I'm afraid. Suddenly the world and things that have always been familiar feel like scary places. But perhaps in this moment I can do the next right thing. Maybe I can find a moment to resolve questions from the past, things I have lived with, but now in this space I have time to deal with. A moment to think about where I am today. A moment to think about where I want to be tomorrow. A moment to dream. If this difficult time has done anything, it has reminded me how much I value those around me. I recognise how much the people I love bring to my life. I recognise how many people make this world a good place to be. And I'm going to try not to take people for granted when this is all over. A thought for those working in all areas of the NHS, for care workers and staff at care homes. A thought for those who continue to make things happen in supermarkets, deliveries, clearing rubbish, services of all sorts, more than I can ever list, because as soon as I start listing them, I think of more. And I'm so appreciative of everyone, because I see that everyone is doing their part. A thought for our 3D families and staff and volunteers. A thought for those who have contracted the virus and for those who care for them. A thought for those who have lost loved ones and a thought for those who are fearful. A thought for the decision makers, for those seeking a cure, and for those fighting the virus. A thought for people throughout the world. I'm grateful for the resources we have here. And in this moment I spare a thought for those who may not have that. For those all round the world who are suffering and afraid. Amen. Our Bible story today is from the book of John. It's in chapter 20 and we're reading verses 24 through 28. It's the story of Thomas, one of the after Easter stories. One of the 12 disciples, Thomas, wasn't with them when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, "We've seen the Lord." Thomas said to them, "Unless I see the scars of the nails in his hands, and put my finger on those scars, and my hand in his side, I will not believe." A week later, the disciples were together again indoors, and Thomas was with them. The doors were locked, but Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here and look at my hands. Then reach out your hand and put it in my side. Stop your doubting and believe." Thomas answered him, "My Lord and my God." and a reading by Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are born to show the glory of God that's within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in all of us. It's in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people the permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And a pause from me. Our next song is Somewhere Only We Know. The picture you've been looking at is called Girl with Balloon by Banksy. It is such a powerful image because we have all been there. If you have ever had a balloon, there has been a moment where you've let it go and it's blown away. You can identify with this image. You know how it feels. She's not going to catch it again. Banksy's done a number of different versions of this picture. In one of them, he's added the words, "There is always hope." There is the moment you have lost your balloon and you just want to catch it again. But then there's a moment where you watch it soar into the sky. And once you learn to let go and you see the balloon carried by the wind, it's hard not to believe that that's what balloons are for. What's the worst thing to see with a balloon? I don't think it's when it bursts or when it floats away. I think it's when it deflates, a shriveled, meaningless, useless, what used to be a balloon. I wonder if balloons are dreams. Dreams take your heart to a new, exciting place. They help you to recognize that there is something out there that is way beyond perhaps even what you can imagine. But maybe sometimes you hold on to those dreams too tight. Maybe balloons are meant to fly. and maybe dreams are meant to fly. The way you lose a dream is by holding on to it too tight. The way you fulfill a dream is by letting it fly. The value of a dream isn't always in whether it comes true. The value of a dream is in having that dream and in allowing it to open you to other dreams. Dreams aren't meant to be forever. They're to brighten the moment you are living, to show you what the future could be, to take you to the next bit of your journey. There is always hope. And when your dream flies, it inspires others as well. How often have you seen a balloon just flying and suddenly it lifts you? It's not your balloon, but it makes you see something out there. Maybe this is our time for dreams. Maybe we have moments right now where we don't have to be doing things all the time. And instead, we can find some space for dreams. And when the time is right, we can let those dreams go. Let them show us how awesome life can be. And let them become reality. This is our moment to believe and to watch as our dreams show us that our lives can soar. Take a moment to dream. See it in your heart, in your mind. Don't hold on to it too tight. When the time is right, let it fly. Maybe the moment you really discover yourself is when you let go. You don't know where the balloon is going to go, but it's beautiful watching it soar. You don't need to know where it goes next. That's what balloons are for. In today's story, I wonder if Thomas doesn't believe or if he believes too much. It's okay that he wasn't there the first time Jesus appeared alive to the other disciples. That's just the way life is sometimes. Sometimes right place, right time is not what you anticipate it will be. You know, sometimes you don't want to see something because you might be disappointed. And maybe you don't do something or see something or react to something because you're afraid that it might not come off. Maybe Thomas was holding too tightly onto his balloon. When I was flying to India last year, I was passing through the duty free and I noticed that more than a few shops were selling luggage. Seriously? Why? What is that about? Who's buying luggage at an airport? I knew I'd forgotten something. But obviously, there is a way deeper psychology there. I haven't looked at my cases since I last travelled anywhere, and I haven't thought about them. And now, when I look at these luggage shops, I recognise how rubbish my luggage is. And maybe when I come back, I'll buy some new luggage. This is not an easy time, but maybe it offers a moment to revisit where you are, to clean out some closets. Belief isn't a religious thing. It's way more than that. When Thomas encounters Jesus, he sees not just Jesus, but himself. And he captures a sense of bigger picture. He doesn't know what's going to happen next, but he does know that he can make it something amazing. When one can see no future, all one can do is the next right thing. Maybe this is your moment to do the next right thing. Maybe this is your moment to dream. And when the time is right, to let it go and let it fly. Do you have a dream you've been holding too tight? You don't lose it by letting it go. You discover what it can become. Maybe this is your moment for seeing what your life can become, for looking forward to things that will change your life forever, becoming what you've always dreamt you can be. Where is the picture of you with balloon? Let it fly. There is always hope. In the movie Under the Tuscan Sun, Signor Martini says to Francis, "Signora, between Austria and Italy, there is a section of the Alps called the Semmering. It is an impossibly steep, very high part of the mountains. They built a train track over these Alps to connect Vienna and Venice. They built these tracks even before there was a train in existence that could make the trip. They built the track because they knew someday the train would come." Let's do a prayer. God, sometimes I'm afraid, not because I don't believe, but because I believe too much. In this moment, I'd value the dreams I'm holding in my hand. And when the time is right, I will let my dreams fly. Amen. It's time to pause me, and in church we always do a moment for reflection, and so I'd invite you to share that just now. Our song for our moment of reflection is called Le Onde, and it's by I Now Day. And so if you want to listen to that just now and spend a moment just in your heart with your own thoughts. Our next song, again, if you want to switch to the link, is What a Friend We Have in Jesus. Thank you so much for accessing our service today. It has been lovely to share today with you in this moment. Take care, stay safe. I hope the weekend and the week ahead will be a good one for you. Our closing song is True Colours. So again, I'd invite you to click the link for that and to listen to True Colours. And after that, normally in our service, we do a closing prayer which we sing together called May God's Blessing Surround You Today. And I'd invite you to share that as well. Take care.